It is day 2 of a conference stirring controversy in a Charlotte community. Myers Park Baptist Church is hosting Confronting Whiteness. Reverend Dr. Ben Boswell from Myers Park Baptist is here this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Glad to be here.
Let's start off with the basics. Why did you decide to host Confronting Whiteness?
Well, we started after the murder of George Floyd holding these courses that I created called Confronting Whiteness. And they were all on Zoom because it was during the pandemic. So nobody ever got a chance to actually be present with each other. So 2 years ago, we had the conference for the first time to give people a chance to come back together, be in person, build relationships that they couldn't make over Zoom during the time that they were taking the course. And it was such a hit that we decided to do it another year.
That's awesome. Last year you had about 100 people signed up. Fast forward to this year, now you have 150, so it's an increase, so congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And like you said, you started after George Floyd. Fast forward to today, now we're seeing a new video,
right.
Tyree Nichols. Why is it so important to have these conversations about these systems of power that oppress people?
Well, James Baldwin said that white people are trapped in a history they don't understand. Until they understand it, they can't be released from it. And we can't really understand the murder of George Floyd or the murder of Tyree Nichols without going into the history of whiteness and trying to understand how it was invented, where it came from, how it's developed historically over time, and how it still has a hold of us and traps us today. It traps us in a blindness to our own history. And so we wouldn't know things like the origins of policing or the historic relationship between police and the black community, and why the events of George Floyd and Tyree Nichols are understood differently by the black community than they are by the white community.
Yeah, it's all in the books, right? The
right.
history is right there. So when you say confronting whiteness, I already know that it has raised a lot of controversy. I just looked at some of the comments under posts on online. Why do you fight through those haters to continue to host this event?
Well, let me back up by talking about what I mean by whiteness, because a lot of people think I'm trying to attack or confront all white people, or myself, for instance. I am doing a confrontation with myself, but really, whiteness is not an ethnicity or a biology. It's an ideology. And that means I'm not just confronting whiteness in people who are racialized as white, like myself, but in the whole community, systemically. And everybody, even people of color, can consume whiteness because it's an ideology. And this plays into what we saw in this video, the beating and murder of Tyree Nichols, right? These are officers, police officers, who have consumed an anti-blackness that is a part of whiteness, and therefore can dehumanize an individual. And so I think that we sometimes think I'm talking about all white people, but whiteness is not who we are, really. It's an ideology that we've consumed. And therefore we have to confront this ideology because the ideology is harming ourselves and the world around us.
You're preaching this morning. So when you say confront whiteness, I know that it just, it makes people nervous, right? What advice do you have for people who sometimes working through this, this process of becoming an anti-racist start to feel, this guilt? We've heard of it as white guilt or white fragility. What advice do you have for people who need to work through that to remember the heart of the matter?
Well, we created a container that is a small group of 8 to 10 people with a trained facilitator. And this is 8 to 10 people, predominantly folks racialized as white, to walk together with spiritual practices, prayer, silent meditation. They write a racial autobiography of the story of race from the time that they were born all the way into their present life that they can draw from and tell stories from. And I believe that in our stories is both our deepest wound and our deepest medicine. And so we send people into their stories to find their wounds and to find their medicine. And that container takes racial stress, which is what guilt is, or fragility, as some people call it, and allows it to turn into growth instead of it turning into something that shuts us down and shuts us off from transformation or change that we need to look internally and see the ways that we have been formed into whiteness and the way our world systemically has been transformed into whiteness.
And this is just a taste of what people would get from the conference. Tell us how people can attend.
Well, people can show up today. This is the second day of our conference. We're taking in-person registrations. Folks can also join us virtually. They can go through the Eventbrite, is where we have our Confronting Whiteness, or they can go to confrontingwhiteness.com, where they can join us there, and they can watch on video. If you're anywhere in the world, you can watch part of the conference today. virtually, or you can show up in person. We've got black food trucks, we've got black vendors, we've got great speakers today, breakout sessions. It's going to be a really great weekend.
It sounds like it. Thanks so much for joining us, Reverend Ben Boswell. And if people miss you today, you also have your Confronting Whiteness book that they can catch anytime.
They can find that on Upper Room website where it's been published, and they can purchase the book, and that's maybe an easier way for some folks to get started.